Well, hello there, and welcome back to another More Time video. In today's video, while we still wait for everyone to finish their PvP matches in the Bodyguard Brawl so we can continue with the second division, I thought I would talk a bit about some of the mistakes I made during the first rounds, basically, and what I think I could have done better or different just to get some... just so I wouldn't have gotten to the situation that I'm in right now. So there are a few things that I noticed other better players than me doing that I didn't do. Let's start off with a few of the more obvious things, and that being equipment. I ran around in heavy armor on my leader for a very early point in the fighting, which may or may not have been a mistake, because while yes, he's more tanky, he has also been much slower. The same goes for some of my henchmen and some of my other heroes. I generally feel like that in PvP, mobility is so much more important than in PvE. Because in PvE, you can have the AI come towards you. You can play defensively and they will just run into you. You will get the benefit of your heavy armor without having the massive repercussion of the less mobility gives you. In PvP, though, you can't do that. Like you will, the enemy will look for an opportune engagement to fight you, and if you can't outmaneuver him, you will just get overrun, or your archers will get caught immediately and killed, which is a problem. Also, it allows you for picking up less loot, which in PvP is even more important, because even if you win the PvP, you will only get one PvE, and you need to get maximum loot out of that. So that's one thing that I noticed. Same goes with weapons. I used a sword on my leader for a long time, which also I think was a mistake. The axe works much better because it just does more damage than the sword, and the crit chance doesn't really come into play at that level already, so I think that might have been another mistake. The second one would have been skills. Something that I didn't do, but a lot of other people did, was get knowledge more time on quite a few of their characters just to make them even more mobile. Which is something I didn't do, which I wish I had done, because even though you didn't see the match against Carol, for example, his henchmen were a bunch of Dark Souls, which I always thought were a really slow bunch, but if you give them heavy armor proficiency and knowledge more time, they are actually quite fast, and they actually just ran over me, with me not having enough time to outmaneuver them, which was a bit of a problem. Especially if you're on such an archer-heavy composition as I have, then you should probably get some more mobility. That goes for the equipment and for the skills as well. Skills in general is something I think I could have improved on, like think more about the builds beforehand. I kind of got thrown off because of the amount of injuries and stuff I got, which just set me back massively. Like, this is something I shouldn't have done. I should not have gotten Thresh Parry. That was a mistake. Big mistake, because now I cannot get knowledge more time, which I really would like to get. So that was quite the mistake. Otherwise, my leader is fine, I would say. So yeah, those are some of the examples in terms of skills that I should have improved. Especially in terms of my henchmen, because some of them are just worthless right now. I need to level up completely. I'm gonna try forgo that build with heavy armor proficiency and knowledge no time on my two new henchmen when I level them up, just to make them more viable and more mobile. Actually, and still be able to use the heavy armor to their advantage, which is quite important. Another thing is reserve training. I pretty much always ran with my squad for the PvE missions, just to get everyone leveled up, which sometimes led even to losses and wounds on them, which was really unfortunate. Something that I should have done maybe was, for example, on my wizard. I only recently started leveling him in PvEs again. I should have done that way earlier, because, like, for example, a few of my guys like Levi doesn't really need XP. He doesn't get that much more useful. I can bring him PvP because he's high level, but I feel like I should have started leveling my wizard much earlier than I did. Even though with his wounds, like, yes, it's annoying, but come on, he's a mage. He has already 40. He's not even level 3. He has 40 intelligence. He can handle himself. He can definitely pass that test. Especially because also I didn't realize how early I got the enchantment, which was also a bit stupid. I actually checked back. I got it quite early on. I could have used that and made him more viable again, which would have been a good thing, because then I would have had a pretty high level wizard now, which would have been a nice little backup for my warband. And in general, I should have trained more reserves and just kicked some of, like, guys like Leofig. I should have kicked them earlier on, because now I have to keep them until I have something else to replace them with. I should have kicked them early on and get a second leader as well early on, because right now, if my leader, for example, gets wounded now, I am so screwed. I have nothing. I literally can't do anything. Well, that was another thing that I wish I would have considered earlier on. Another thing, recruitment in general. I should have gotten more dudes as I went, and not just the ones that I'm continuing to use. Like, especially in terms of my henchmen, because I literally don't have any good henchmen besides Thomas, who still has something legs so he can't climb, which is actually for an archer is a big thing. Like, he is so much less mobile, which is, again, mobility is important, especially when an archer is supposed to not get caught in melee. And right now I'm in that situation where I have to start very low level guys this point in tournament, which is an absolute pain in the ass to level. I mean, they're getting along, they're getting there. You get those to rank 4 until they get that second 2 shots, which is the point where they actually become useful and do at least decent damage. Because at that point, at least for archers, since they are more weapon dependent than the melee guys, since there's no direct skill that influences the damage of your ranged weapons. Besides stuff like Eagle Eye and things, obviously, but in general, if you get 2 shots with an epic bow, you have 2 shots with an epic bow. It will still do a lot of damage. While an epic one-handed weapon or a genuine epic melee weapon will still be influenced by the strength and the weapon skill and all that. So it's kinda, I should have gone for those more of them early on, started leveling them. I was kinda banking on Mad Jack to come to a hero level and replace Levy eventually, but since he is dead, yeah, that's not going to happen. Another thing that I probably should have considered more was trying to skip days to get better missions and not just take whatever I took. They skip way more. Like days like this. This would have been decent. This also would be decent, even though it's crushed the world, so I probably should never even do them, because there's no point, I can't get the bonus objective. I should just stick to Mark for Death and Wordstone Rush, preferably, and not ever do anything else, even if it means skipping a day, because I kinda need to get bonus objective more. I missed so many bonus objectives that I could have gotten in the PvEs, which set me back so far in experience. Because I've seen other people do it, like they got so much more out of their PvEs than I did, which is why I'm so behind right now in points and gold and literally everything. Because I didn't do too well in the PvEs. The ones when I took hardbones, I graded out and took losses even from them, which also shouldn't happen. And I'm not sure why I fucked up so bad on them. It's something that I need to consider more. Doing more difficult PvEs to get better rewards and obviously push my warband higher and get more XP from it. I recently leveled some more warbands in my free time, like I leveled a Witchhunter warband and another Skaven warband just for fun, and I know I can do it, but the PvP has really screwed me over in some cases because I had so many dudes wounded or dead that just became useless. Like my champions that I wanted to level that are now non-existent. Like I just have Lambert left, who's slow and weak, so it's like why even bother with him? But I also he's almost level 3, so I can't really just start over again. I kind of have to get him some levels. Because also I think he already has some skills as well. Yeah, he already has huge specialist as well. So it's kind of important that I get him up. I will actually, yeah, that's one of the points where I most likely will start leveling him in PvEs on the side. Because he can actually get stuff like armor efficiency and knowledge more times soon-ish. And at that point he will be useful again, because he will still be mobile enough to fight. But I have to consider this more. I need to look out more for my reserves, is what I'm saying. Like, try to replace wounded warriors early on and not drag them through all the time, which is what I did. I have some Levy around, even though he's like the worst archer possible. Like, all his hit chances are reduced and he has ammo, so he's really, really terrible. Stuff like this I can even deal with. That's one injury, and he's level 9, so obviously I'm gonna keep him, because he is damn good at archery at this point, but it's still annoying. But those are the ones I can't do much about. Like, he got wounded very late. He was already like level 8, and at that point I'm not gonna replace him. Same with my leader, who got which was it? This one, concussion, which is also really annoying because it prevents him from entering fights with his Web of Steel more often, because he has one less strategy point, which means again limits my mobility, which is rather annoying. But again, I got that really, really late, so it's something I can deal with. But there are some things that I could have avoided, like, again, Levy, even though he was a replacement for someone else who died, or stuff like Leovic, who also I should have replaced because he's so badly wounded, I don't even know why I keep him around. also like this is the same. I should have kicked him as soon as he got more of the more annoying injuries and just started leveling a new one, because right now I'm in the situation where I'm just after my bunch of cripples and I have to start leveling all over again, which is rather annoying. But again, there are some things I could have done better. There are things that I learned from all of this, which is the important bit. So I do intend to play more tournaments in more time, because it's rather fun actually. Even though I got beaten up this time, I did better in the first season. This time I had a bad run. It happens. I certainly had a lot of bad luck in the season. It was not over by any means. It's like there's still like 17 more matches to go at least, so I still have plenty of PvP matches to play with these guys. But it will take me some time to get these up to a fighting force again. I'm probably gonna have to do another, depending on my opponents, obviously. Like I'm going to the lower division, so I will run into weaker opponents again. It's like my last few matches were against guys who are like top seeds in both in my group, so I was kind of unfortunate that they got so late when they were already so overpowering. But there was nothing I could do about it. I tried to limit my losses, and I think I did that. It's good. This could have been way worse. Like my leader's still fine. The concussion is annoying, but he's still fine. And so is my ogre, who's running along nice. He's almost level 4 now, so he's getting there. He's gonna get useful soon. He's already useful. I mean, he has some blue weapons. He has blue armor and helmet, so he's getting there. I'm getting there still. It's just the henchmen that are pretty beaten up, but those you can always level up in PvEs, which is what I'm going to do. Same with mage and my hero. I'm gonna level those up in PvEs, and we will have to wait and see. But just wanted to share some thoughts I had about this, because I'm still thinking about how to best proceed with the league. What should I change? How should I maybe play differently to try and increase my win rate and my success in the PvE scene? And obviously, if you guys, there are obviously a lot of guys around that have more experience than I have. So if any of you watching, please share some comments. Tell me what I could improve and what you think about all of this. And I hope I can upload PvP matches soon again. I think there are only like 3 matches left to play at this point, and I'm hoping they're going to be played soon so I can continue doing my PvP matches. And since some people that had less time also dropped out of the league, I think, so at that point maybe it will actually get around to go a bit faster, which hopefully will increase the overall speed of which I can upload them. Again, I'm mostly gonna, as soon as I start again with the PvPs, I'm gonna mostly just upload those. I don't think I will upload the PvEs anymore, because people generally don't tend to watch them, and I don't think they're that interesting to watch. Like, if you still want to watch them, you can tell me in the comments, and I maybe still do it. But otherwise, I'm just gonna stick to PvPs and do my other content, like the Total War Warhammer campaign at the moment, at the side as well. So I have different content up on the channel for different people to watch. But yeah, that was just some of my thoughts on the current situation of the warband and how I could improve upon it, and which errors I could avoid. Maybe you could also learn something from it. Like I said, I hope I will be able to unlock PvP soon again, but until then, I hope we could learn something from this, and I hope you have a nice day.